I grew up super middle class. I don't think I have an exclusive bone in my body. Like, I love people. I want to get people involved, but it's also I want to preserve the quality of the experience. And I also don't want everyone.
Just dudes being dudes.
Just dudes being dudes in the gym world.
In the gym world. People who come into the gym and then a year later, we'll call it the same person, but it's not. Like, they're walking differently, they're talking differently, they're more confident, they're happier, they've got more energy.
Dude, this is the greatest story I've ever heard in my life. You're my hero. Gym World All-Star.
Hello and welcome to Gym World Worldwide. I am your host today, John Franklin, and joined with me, as always, is the captain, Mateo Lopez. He wants to get done with this pod quickly because it is manatee mating season in Jupiter, so your boy needs to get out on the water and watch some manatee sex.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
So without further ado, we have a very special guest. You've heard about him before if you listen to the Sam Tooley episode. He's just a dude being a dude in the gym world. We have Kieran Williams of the Garage Gym. It's actually the Garage Gyms because there's two of them, correct?
Now, yeah, it is
now
Garage Gyms multiple. And that was a direct quote. I'm a dude being a dude in the gym world. Very well done, boys. Thanks for having me.
Speaking of dude stuff, John hasn't commented on my mustache, and I'm kind of feeling sad about it.
It's just like a shadow. It looks like you forgot to shave.
Yeah, it's not fully grown yet, but I cleaned it up down here so it's accentuated.
How long did it take you to grow that mustache?
Can you see mine?
Well, it's a little blonde, but I can kind of see something going on there.
Dude,
yeah.
it's been a 27-year-old debacle for your boy.
Wow.
The mustache saga continues. My mom makes fun of it. My girlfriend's come to like it. I think Sam likes it, but you guys can't even see it, so...
The Holy Trinity. Mom, my girlfriend, and Sam. Wow.
There it is.
So you just did
a great start.
You just did something very fratty. You did something incredibly fratty. You did a 100-mile run right by us here.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm surprised I didn't see you guys.
Oh.
Yeah, that was, so what was it? You did Key Largo to Key West by foot?
Yeah, so it was the Keys 100. You start in, it's funny, man. You start in Divers Direct parking lot, Key Largo, and then you run to Higgs Beach in Key West. And basically, the three people you see there are mom, girlfriend, and my boy Henry. They were in a van, kind of like cat and mouse the whole time. They'd drive up a little bit. I'd run to them. I'd cool off. I'd eat some food. Back, forth. Little under 27 hours later, on the beach in Key West.
27 hours, huh?
Yeah.
Are you running the whole time, or did you stop to like sleep?
No sleep, but the way that I approached it was in the morning when it was not that hot and not as sunny. I ran a little bit more, try and buy some time. And then I was joking with my buddies at the gym this morning. I basically did a 24-hour EMOM of 5 minutes on, 5 minutes off. Run, walk, or run, hike. And then I'd see my crew plus or minus every hour, sit down, throw some ice on me, eat some food, soak down, change, get back on the road. So stop, yes, technically, but no sleep, a little bit of caffeine, and then next thing you know, you're in Key West.
Wow, that's insane.
It sounds
very hot. Yeah, you can do it. They're going to do it next year. You want to sign up right now?
No, I can't do it. My knees.
Yeah, you're up, man. You're next.
We'll pull up the page. You can sign up right now on the show, you know.
I'd have to spend some hours
to doing big things. It's manatee mating season. Live a little.
I'd have to spend some hours in the garage gym, I think, in order to make it.
We can make that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about it. So Sam mentioned that you are the operator and now a partner in the Garage Gym. What is the Garage Gym for those that didn't listen to that episode?
Garage Gym is a private access, limited membership facility. We look to keep it always clean, never crowded, and we'll interview everyone before they can join. So it's become a really cool place for like-minded folks who want to invest in their health, fitness, wellness, relationships with others is really the high-level gist.
So it's just like all open gym. Is it, how does it work?
So So to our core, we have an app on our phone that we use to get in. Either OpenPath is called in Westfield, which is truly 24/7, or Kisi is an app that we use at our Little Silver facility. The town of Little Silver was not keen on us being 24/7, so the next best thing was 4 a.m. to 11 p.m., 7 days a week. It's all good. But basically, members, after they've been vetted and they join, they have the app on their phone. They buzz in and out and train exactly how they'd like, whenever they would like. And it's cool because open access concept to our core. But what we've also started doing last year and really doubling down on this year is community events. So every quarter at a minimum, we'll close the facility down, say 2 hours on a Thursday. We'll blare tunes. We'll put everyone through a workout. You'll partner up. You have the opportunity to break sweat, connect with folks, have some fun. So we'll surround the open access concept, which is true to what we are, with community stuff. But really at its core, open access, train how you want. Always clean, never crowded, 24/7. It's a cool
Well,
space.
that was one of my questions here. I mean, we're skipping ahead a little bit since you brought it up. How do you? I mean, you mentioned this the events thing. Mm-hmm. How else are you able to cultivate a community aspect when it is an access gym?
It's special, man. And I was just talking to my buddy about it this morning. I think the way that we structure our onboarding, i.e., like, yes, we have Instagram, we have socials, but we have no paid ads. There's no paid marketing. We have a website here that folks will find their way to, or they'll get brought in kind of word of mouth from an existing member. And the way that we structure onboarding now is if you complete that form, you are opted into some really light messaging that prompts you to book a Calendly phone call, basically with myself. So from 10 to 10:30 this morning, I was talking to Kat down at Little Silver. She found our page. She reached out. We talked for 10, 15 minutes about what she's looking to have access to, what she's looking to accomplish, get to know as people. And then step 2 is coming for a tour. So we spin around the space, 15 minutes, make sure it has everything they're looking to have access to. Step 3, when there is membership availability, Westfield is currently at capacity. Little Silver, it's newer, it's bigger, has availability today. Our standard membership is $200 a month. So I always say folks going through the, not just financial commitment and investment, like it's a premium membership, but time and resources allocated to a phone call for a gym, a tour of a gym. Like, we intentionally create some barriers to entry to make sure that the people who come in are just awesome people. And those folks tend to really get along with everyone else. So knowing that, one of the things that we've been doubling down on is the community stuff. So the in-person gym events, one of the things that we're going to start rolling out monthly at either facility is basically like Friday morning, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., I'm going to go post up at a local coffee shop in town. Both of our facilities are in like really cool downtowns. We'll put our card on the counter and say, hey guys, if anyone comes up here and says the garage gym, their stuff's free, we're going to be over there. Opportunity is now out of the gym. Yo, Mateo, dude, I always see you there, man. Like, well, it's good to finally meet you. Like, what do you do? Oh, you got a podcast? What the hell? Like, giving people the opportunity to connect, what's it called, serendipitously in the gym, but then also if you come to an event, you're going to meet people. And then all of a sudden you got a friend now that when you're back in the gym, oh, dude, Mateo, so good to see you, man. Like, you want to work out Tuesday? Let's go meet up over there. So structuring it, but then also leaving a lot of it unstructured, where people are super friendly. They'll get to know each other on their own time too.
We talked about it. It's a club, so it has this feel of exclusivity that allows you to charge a little bit higher of a price point for access. Now, you said Westfield's capped out, right? And Little Silver is the one that's growing. Yeah. So what do you cap these gyms out at?
Historically, it's been under 200 members. And it's funny because also, like, it's our first time going around with it. So as much as we want to be like, dude, 200 is the max, that's when we stop. Maybe we get to 150 and we're like, okay, cool. Like, we have enough people. Any more than this would get stuffy and we don't want that. Or maybe we get to 200, like, dude, we have so much space. And we could go to 225 or 250. The idea has always been keep it under 200 members and then give them complete access. So what we're doing in Westfield now is we're at capacity. No one else can get in unless a current member leaves and forgoes their spot. And then we have folks who are continuing to phone call, tour, come in and pay their first month in full in advance to wait for a spot, basically. So then say June 1st comes around and 4 members are leaving or they're moving or whatever. We have 4 people who go, they're now replacing their spot and we can hold the line.
So then obviously if you're at capacity, you're turning people away, but let's say with the other gym, when you're looking for who's going to be a good fit, are you turning people away just based on vibes? Like what's the rubric?
It's funny, man. And John, I know you mentioned like the exclusivity piece. It's fine. I'm torn on the exclusivity side. I think it is, some people get the vibe, but when I hear exclusive, like there's restaurants in Jersey, like you literally can't get a fucking reservation to unless you know someone. Like that for me is exclusive. And I love it. It's cool. It's a really cool experience. I've been there. It's awesome. On the same thread, it's not totally the environment that I want to create. I think exclusivity, like people want what they can't have. I inherently understand that to be true. But I grew up super middle class. I don't think I have an exclusive bone in my body. Like I love people. I want to get people involved. But it's also I want to preserve the quality of the experience. And I also don't want everyone, right? So it's not so much exclusive. Like anyone can go to our website, hit apply, talk to me. And as long as we get along and like we're pretty cool, like, and there's availability, like you can join. To your actual question, we never turn people away unless someone comes in like crazy, which has never happened. There's been 2 instances where these 2 guys came in and like they were nice enough, but I could kind of just feel that it was going to be more of a headache than anything else. And my girlfriend actually helped out on a tour the one time. She's like, yeah, it's kind of weird. I'm like, all right, just not going to follow up. Like instead of like, yo, dude, how'd you think? You want to get rolling? Just don't follow up. And then they kind of just, if they don't follow up, it's all good. Or maybe they do. I say, hey, man, like we're actually at capacity. Give it a go. Wait if you want to join at a later date. And then it fizzles out. So never saying no, like, hey, man, like you're not cool. You can't get in. It's just like, if it's a fit, awesome. If there's anything weird, it'll just be like, kind of let it ride over there and fizzle out.
Are you at 200 at Westfield? What's the official cap there?
Westfield's about 150. So Westfield, the concept was 200, then we got to like 150, 160, and we're like, all right, like, we're good here. Like, the experience is what it is. 50 more people would probably take away from that experience. So we say, cool, that's a new line.
And then Little Silver, you haven't figured that out yet.
Little Silver, we have so much room to grow. Ideally, like the number, again, conceptually is 200, but we have 3,500 square feet of gym. Then we have another building that's on the lot at an additional 1,200 square feet that we're just working with the town now to build out into an extension of it. And then we're also going to have a full-on sauna, rinse, shower, plunge area outside too. So we just have so much more space where 200 is the idea. Maybe we get to 180. It's like, cool, dude, that's it. Maybe we get to 220. I'm like, oh my God, like we have so much space. But 200 is always the idea.
And so how many are you at the other one now?
Little Silver, we're right about 120.
So you're pushing up on that. You're getting pretty close.
Yeah.
And so what is it, always clean, never crowded. Love the tagline. What do you mean by never crowded, right? Because I'm assuming the cap has something to do with the feel of the gym during peak class time. Like what is that, just like a vibes based metric? Like how are you assessing
coin
this?
that, man. A vibes based metric. I like that.
Well, this
I
is
think
the
I just made that
this
up
is the
today,
number
and
one
this is the
vibes
vibes episode.
Yeah,
This is the mustache episode. So
mustache must listen.
But no, I think what John's saying is like, 5 to 6 p.m. I'm sorry, 5 to 7 p.m. It's probably going to be the busiest. So it's how do you still stay true to your tagline?
It's really stemming from exactly that headache, right? So a lot of facilities in general, you go early morning or evening, you walk in and you're like, fuck, man, like I wanted to do legs, but there's 2 squat racks. One of them's broken. There's a line of 4 people there. And I'm not doing legs today. And that sucks. So it's really just limiting the number of members. So with under 200 people, and using legs as an example, having 4 squat racks, like in theory, sure, if me, John, Mateo, and Sam all go to the gym and all want to squat, and there's 4 people in the gym and all 4 of us squatting, well, shoot. Okay, then maybe we work in, that's it. But the gym's not crowded, 4 people just doing legs. It's really stemming from limiting the sheer number of people that can get in at one time. But then also, John jokes aside, like the vibe-based metric is, as we grow, we keep a pretty controlled month-over-month growth upwards to make sure that week over week, month over month, when we're in there, we can actually feel how many people are in. We can get pulse checks on due to the relationships that I and we have with members. it is so transparent. It is so tight where if there's something good, they'll let me know. If there's something not good, they'll let me know. If one day they're like, yo, dude, like it was kind of stuffy at Tuesday, cool, noted. Like no more people, or like, can we work around it, or what, or how do we approach it so that doesn't happen? I would say high level answer is sheer limiting people, but then definitely jokes aside, like having a pulse on what times of day more than 2 people come, what times of week more than 5 people come, and also understanding that 99% of the time I go, there's like 5 people there, which is pretty funny.
Because you want like some bodies in there. You don't want it to feel like empty, or else
No doubt.
you literally do a garage.
It's funny that you mentioned, man. Now, anytime there's more than like there was one time down in Little So, it was like 9 to 10 or 9 to 11 a.m. is like a really good crew. Literally, I think there was 12 people. And people are turning around like, yo, Kieran, I thought this wasn't crowded. I'm like, dude. And like they're busting me because like it's not crowded at all, but there's more than 5 people. Like everyone is doing exactly what they want to do. Everyone's having a good time. A lot of folks know each other and can have a good time with each other. So creating that relationship where like they turn around with 10 people or 12 people in the gym, like, yo, dude, it's so crowded. I'm like, yeah, right, man. Like have fun, do your thing.
This place is ruined.
This place sucks.
Well, are other services? Do you have personal trainers in the gym as well, and how does that all work out?
So we'll have select personal trainers who rent the facility from us to train out of, right? So they'll pay $1,000 a month flat rent. They'll also get membership, and then they train their clients out of it. So it's cool because we've gotten to know them very well. They're all good friends of ours, where not only are they there a lot, right? So there's no employees at the garage. No one works there. So it also really helps when you have trainers there, A, in general, but also B, that we know and trust really well. Where like maybe something doesn't get put back right, like they'll take care of it. Or like maybe someone comes to the door, I was like, yo, how do I learn more about this gym? And they say, yo, go text Kieran, even though the information is there at all. It's good to have a built-in crew of trainers who do their own thing, operate independently, but also kind of act as not so much unpaid employees. I think that's a strong way to put it, but they're there. They're really embedded in the community. Everyone knows them. They know everyone. And so it's a really cool opportunity for both sides. I think it's a huge win.
Yeah, because I was looking here, and I remember, this is Ashley Cass. I remember her from like a New York meetup thing that Mark Fisher threw back in the day. I don't know if she's a trainer or not, but there are some familiar faces on the gram here that probably did the same thing I did, which was move out of New York City. So.
Yeah.
All right. So then, do you have any, has there been any issues with people like leaving and starting their own gym once they rent out your space, or has it, you do a good job of pre-qualifying, hasn't really been an issue?
Yeah, man, definitely not an issue to that specific point. And honestly, I will say no real, listen, man, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. I also understand I'm violently positive. It's insane. I don't I'm so glad, the glass isn't half
violent
full.
Positivity. That's violent positivity. You got to coin that.
And so I fully understand that. I really look at things, I think, in a glass overflowing way, but even looking objectively at my day to day, my week to week, my month to month, the past, it'll be 3 years, I guess, in October of the garage. Has there been ebbs and flows, some bad apples that see themselves out 100%? But in the grand scheme of things, man, it is such a good crew of people. I get chills talking about it. It is the best collection of humans inside of 4 walls. So much so that it was funny. We had a tour. My buddy just joined, and he was a straight shooter. He's like, listen, man, tell me what's up. He's like, what's the biggest complaint here? He's like, what do people complain about? I'm like, dude, awesome question. And I really, truly had to think about it. I'm like, honestly, man, I'm not here to bullshit you. Really, no one complains. Maybe a couple times people ramp up towards events like a High Rocks. A lot of people are using the same equipment. Maybe it gets a little stuffy every now and again. And people are so friendly with one another that they'll just work around and figure it out. Far and few in between. But other than that, man, we send surveys pretty regularly, and we try to have a big one every year, just to get really honest feedback. And I tell everyone on their tour, I tell everyone if they give me the time of day, dude, you have my cell phone. Let me know what we can be doing better. Let me know what you want. We can never make promises, but we're going to try and in service to you guys. And I think that it creates an environment where everyone feels really good about being there, and they know that we truly care about their well-being in and out of the gym, and the facility and the experience is epic, where there's really not much, at least to my understanding, complaining or bad acting going down.
Here's these. I'm looking at these like High Rocks community workout here.
Yeah.
You got it all. Looks like it's pretty smashed out. So this is like this is not a membership thing. This is like a engagement, bring people into the gym type thing, right? So this is more what you were talking about.
This will be like every quarter we'll have a community workout. We'll close the facility down. We'll cap it at like 50, 60 people just because we can't fit 200 in there. We'll always give members first priority on RSVP to come and join. But then whatever's left over, we will open it to the public. I think back to like not being exclusive. I love people. I love people exercising. And I think truly that the expense is sounding dramatic. You can go to an event like that. It doesn't have to be at the garage. It could just be a community workout in general and meet someone or do a new exercise or change a certain part of your perspective that could literally change the trajectory of your life for the better. So if we can have an opportunity, maybe someone can't afford $200 a month, but they can go to the community workout and they love it. Dude, that's awesome. Like, we'll keep a spot open for them. So members always get priority, but then we'll open up to the public afterwards.
Yeah, there's some there's some community stuff.
While we're looking at the Instagram, I had a question about social media. Social media seems to be a pretty big part of your, I guess, branding and marketing strategy. How do you think about social media? How do you plan out the content you're going to make? How do you invest in it? Who shoots like those videos of you just like walking down the street and be like, it's me, I'm doing this cool thing, follow me over here? Like, who's doing all that for you?
That's a good question, man. Particularly two people, but over the course of like my buddy Jarrett sometimes will fill in. We've used my buddy Eric for a lot of stuff, but more on a consistent basis. One of my best buds, Mark. If you go to, I mean, most of the really professionally done video, like that was Mark. He shot Meg. He does all of our content on a monthly basis, and he'll come out, we'll shoot all day. And it's funny, he's actually become one of my best buds. So like we'll do all of our filming and then we'll just like hang out all day. Like the last time we were here, I think filming took like 4 hours. And then we like jumped in the sauna, played soccer in the basement, jumped in the cold tub, like just talked about life.
Just dudes being dudes.
Just dudes being dudes in the gym world.
In the gym world. Exactly. That's the goal here. And then my girlfriend also owns her own social media agency. So so we've been dating now, it'll be 2 years in August, and the garage is plus or minus the same age. You're talking to the dude who years ago, like I deleted all my social media. I thought it was dumb. I didn't want to do it. I hated it. And then I kind of came back to it, but I was only posting pictures of me like running a gajillion miles, like working out. And it was so just like not good. So especially early on, like Taylor was a huge resource for like, hey, like that looks weird. Like you look creepy. Or, like this is really good. Like aim towards this. Here's what a trend is. And then her partner, Stevie, does all of their graphic design. So a lot of logos we have, a lot of the merchandise that we drop, some of the content that we do as well, we'll have her make graphics for. So particularly them two. And then just a lot of like UGC stuff, man. Either me with my phone to myself or me at an event filming people on my iPhone. I don't think it has to be overly complicated. Back to your question now, kind of on the strategy behind it. I think there's a couple buckets. There is definitely community. It is core to what we do as a business, and it's core to just who I am as a human. I love people. I love bringing them together and exercising particularly. It can look a couple different ways. We have stuff in the facility. We have stuff out of the facility. Every week, we have 2 completely open to the public out of the gym events, basically. We have Monday Night Sweat and we have Thursday Night Sweat, where anyone who wants to show up can come exercise. On Mondays, we partner with my friends at Red Bank Run Club, and we have a track workout that my boy Ryan leads. We have the shake and bake workout that I lead, which is just like a medley of lunge, push-up, run, you name it. And then my mom leads like a walk group. My mom will come down just like walk with anyone who wants to. And then Thursday is kind of the same type of deal. A lot of community. We'll do a lot of like individual interview testimonial type stuff, focusing on the story of the individual. it is so amazing. I'm sure you guys have a gajillion examples yourself. Like the people who come into the gym and then a year later, we'll call it like the same person, but it's not. Like they're walking differently, they're talking differently, they're more confident, they're happier, they've got more energy. So highlighting those stories and who they are as a person, and like the small piece that the garage plays in that, and then we just kind of let them run. We'll do really objective, like what do we do stuff. So like facility shots. This is the garage gym. The recovery area is coming. Always clean, never cry, 24/7. And then the fourth bucket is just like hype stuff, like really fun, really engaging, blaring tunes, getting someone working out, whatever it is. And I think really the goal behind it is a medley or a combination of storytelling and like shareability, like create content that people want to send to other people is just cool from an exposure perspective.
Well, I was going to ask how much are you spending on this, but if your girlfriend owns a social media company, it's not going to be the same as what another gym owner should expect to spend on this kind of content creation.
Well, it's also, I mean, now at this point, Taylor's the best. I run all of our socials, Instagram, LinkedIn. I think that's it. Instagram, LinkedIn. We had TikTok for a while, I deleted it. And then I'll like poke her for stuff ad hoc. And then we pay for a video. So video is usually $2,000 a month. And then ad hoc stuff every now and again. Sometimes we'll work out deals where like, come do this for free, video for free. But on a monthly basis, $2,000 a month on video.
And how much time you putting in? So you mentioned 4 hours of filming, but I know talent, finding the stories, scripting the stories, getting all that takes a lot of time. So
organizing the member you're going to do the testimonial for, all that stuff.
It's funny, man. Like I truly enjoy it. Like the content in general, and then especially like the people behind the content I love, because I'm getting to hang out with my friends all day. And I will say, as far as scripting, man, I'm like the anti-scripter, especially when it comes to interviews. I'll say like my friend Melissa will come in and I'm like, listen, here's the idea. Talk about yourself. I'm never like handing over stuff. I'm like, yo, say this, don't say like, dude, like they've been members for a while. They know the drill. They're amazing people. I'm like, listen, I trust your judgment. You talk about whatever you want to talk about. Like, and I have some questions that knowing them, I will come up with as far as like Chris ran his first half marathon. Melissa did their first high rocks. So-and-so lost 40 pounds. So-and-so was really sick and now they're not. And I'll ask questions around that, but then I'll just give them the floor. And then Mark is a wizard and he'll just like make it into an epic video. So from a time perspective, I don't know. I wouldn't be able to put a time on it. Posting to me is pretty simple. I don't really go crazy with captions, with hashtags. I try to tie it to something that's meaningful, something that's storytelling, something that'll get someone's attention. But nothing crazy.
We talked about the never crowded piece. Let's talk about the always clean piece.
Yes, that was what I want to talk about next for sure.
Yeah, like let's do a quick rundown of like what the expenses are. So rent's probably your biggest thing, I'm guessing. What does that typically run you? Are you in the
under $10,000 a month?
I was gonna guess somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 because those are pretty expensive. Those are nice burbs you're in. What other expenses do you have? You got some software, you got a website, but what are the other big ones that someone kind of from the outside looking in wouldn't really appreciate?
Cleaning. Always clean, man. So we get the facility professionally cleaned twice a week. Our buddy Ro owns a company and he has this group of magic girls who wipe the whole floor, touch every piece of equipment, all bathrooms, all showers, you name it. I forget how much it is. I think it's, say on average, maybe $260 a go, say $250, so $500 a week. It's like that adds up, but still, like if that's our second largest expense, that's not a bad day. And then you think like heat, electricity, insurance. By design, keeping it pretty low. Like there's no staff, so we're not doing payroll.
So you're only doing it twice a week? Because there's a gym in my where my parents are, and it's not nearly as cool as your gym, but a similar kind of like, this is the average Joe's version of your gym where it's access only, and it's a lot of all the weirdos that are left in the in the town or like hang out there and work out and whatever. And it's been there for like 40 years. But every time I go, there's like the one dude who's got like a backpack and like spray bottles and like rags and just constantly running around the facility, re-racking weights, wiping stuff down.
What does it cost? Is it more people? Like how many members does this place have?
Oh, it's like 100 a month, maybe. It's like under 100 a month.
But are there a ton of people? Like at 150? Yeah. That's what I'm saying, right? That's probably
or I don't know how many. I mean, it's definitely more than like your peak busy hours, like 12 people. It's definitely more than that. But yeah, it's I guess if there is less traffic, you probably only.
So there's that. And I think, again, back to the types of individuals that we're attracting, like many of them bring 2 pairs of shoes. They'll change their shoes so they don't drag anything to the gym. I kid you not, man. My buddy Ian, it's hilarious. We were talking about the garage. Dude, like, I love this place. He's become a really good buddy. I'm like, dude, thank you so much. He said, no joke, man. Like, I treat it like my own. I love it. He's like, I found myself sweeping the other day. I said, what did you just say, dude? He's like, I was sweeping. And he's like so like stoked about it. I'm like, Ian, why were you sweeping, dude? Because we have a garage door down in Little Silver that like naturally like some stuff will get blown in and then the cleaning crew takes it out. He said, dude, like we had a broom in the closet. There was some stuff there. I just wanted to clean and keep it out. So testament to not everyone's sweeping. I'm like, dude, don't do that. We have clean. I mean, you can, but go for it. A testament to the people that we are fortunate to attract. They really treat it like their own. So there's wipe stations. They wipe everything down. I think the funniest story I have is my buddy Ron is an older dude who gets after it, and he left a puddle of sweat on the ground, so he's cleaning it up, and he had a wipe, and he texted me. He's like, yo, dude. I'm like, what's up, man? He's I went to wipe the floor, and the wipe came back clean. I said, that's amazing. He said, this place, like, he's almost like he's like, this place is really clean. I'm like, twice a week, Grant.
Yeah, I would have guessed it was, but it does sound like less than I would have expected. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Even though there's less people, it's still less than I expected. I guess, do you have like new member onboarding, like indoctrination email series or any kind of like,
this is any kind of like
educational series on like, okay, welcome to the gym. Like, here are the rules. Here's how things work.
We definitely do. Right. So when I'm on the tour, I'll walk them through everything. Here's the wipes. Here's the emergency button. Here's the equipment. Anything that you need, let me know. And then when they onboard, they've got some soft messaging on Wi-Fi, fans, lights, music, blah, blah, blah. But I also think like there's so much to be said about giving good people the autonomy to do the right thing without directly telling them over and over and over again. They will probably go ahead and do it. And it's not perfect, man. Like myself included, like sometimes I forget my shit. Like accidents happen. But for the most part, man, truly, I think, again, a testament to the people we attract, giving them the autonomy to say, hey, man, like anything you need, let me know. Here's the rundown. Make yourself at home. Treat it like their own. Like they treat it like their own.
Interesting. Because it's not, it's set up to train. So I'd imagine you'd have like chalk monsters in there and guys who leave the protein shakes out there.
We've reeled back. So, which is a funny story. We had a kid, long story short, joined, brought some chalk. And dude, when I tell you there was chalk everywhere, like in the front of the gym, in the back of the gym, he looked like he created a swimming pool of chalk. There was bumper plates with just chalk painted on them. And so that happened. Like, all right, guys, no chalk. Let's just be cognizant of it. Some people every now and again, like, yo, dude, I could really use some chalk. I said, bring liquid chalk, have some fun. I trust you. Like, do your thing. So it's the one, like, we don't do like loose chalk in a bin because that just gets messy. Some folks will reach out and ask for liquid chalk. I said, dude, go for it.
I was going to say, because I'd imagine you'd get like some CrossFitters who just want to do their own programming, which is dirty and takes up a bunch of space. You mentioned high rocks. So those are people who train pretty hard, like looking at the Instagram, everyone, I don't know if that's by design, but everyone looks ripped and good looking. And so imagine like the whole thing is like fostering this culture of like training hard. People who train hard fuck up your shit and they're dirty. Like they're the worst clients for most gyms. So it's crazy to imagine that you can keep it super clean on 2 times a week without just really driving home that culture.
Well, I think that's true. And I, from experience, know that's true. But there also is a version of that person who's also like very type A. And so I do think the type A training person can also there is some overlap in that Venn diagram of like the type A keeping things organized and clean person. So maybe Kieran's just getting that person instead of like the power lifters of the world who don't care.
Dude, and it's a really good point, Mateo. I think as people have like come up and told me verbatim, they're like, dude, like when I'm in here, like I want to be better. Like they see someone training really hard and cleaning this stuff up. They see someone just being themselves, super intent, and it is this energy that like brings the best out of people. And I think to your point, John, like we have people who fucking get after it, no doubt about it. But then we also have a lot of people who are starting their fitness journey and just want a really clean, not crowded, like-minded individual group of people to be around. So it's not reserved just, which is funny. I try to not only post like my friend Gerard, who has like 27 abs, but like maybe I accidentally do. But I think the environment in many ways brings out the best of people and makes them like be on their stuff more.
You got the cleaning people coming 2 times a week. You got the software. You got no staff. So is it just like there's 300 members with your cell phone number and it's just everything is text? That's your phone's just going off all day like.
Nah, it's funny, man. I always offer it. But again, back to giving good people autonomy. We also use an app, the Garage Gym app. We've built it out where we have all of our communications go through. So we'll be able to send mass comms. We can message inside the app. And it's always like, hey, if you need anything, reach out inside the app and I'll get right back to you. Or like, dude, if you really need anything, text me. More of like a step 1, step 2. Like if it's like, yo, dude, something's gone wrong or like, I don't know, like text me. But otherwise, like go through the app. But I will also say in addition to that, there's really not that much these people need. Like maybe it's like, yo, dude, how do I order a shirt? And I send them the link to the website and that's it. There's not many things, again, I think by design, in an open access facility, you know what you're getting into. You've been onboarded, phone call, tour, sign up. Like you're going to come in and be like, well, Kieran told me about programming. Kieran told me about the lights. Kieran told me about, I have no questions. And if you do, like, yeah, reach out. But there's really not much on a daily basis where I'm like texting John and texting Mateo. Oh my God, dude, do this, do that. It's pretty comms wise, pretty chill.
So then how are you spending your time?
I'm very fortunate. I was thinking about this the other week. I get to spend most of my time
playing soccer downstairs with the boys,
just
cold
totally
plunges,
messing around, running through Florida. Nah, dude. I'm very fortunate where I get to spend a lot of my time working on it versus working in it. There's absolutely a component of in it. Like there's lead management, there's member activities, there are questions, like not to say there's none, but really continuing to enhance the membership experience. So like one of the things that we just thought through and I literally just got done doing for the first time, when every new member joins, you get a letter in the mail. It's wax seal stamp written from me, couple shit in it, and it goes to you. It's really cool. Me and Sam were meeting one day, like, dude, how can we make this better? Like, let's level up into every new member gets a shirt. Every new member gets the same card, same stuff. And now we have custom mailers that when it comes in the mail, it's a bag that says the Garage Gym. You like open it up and you have all this stuff. That's one example of working on the business. How can we get really creative, really special, really thoughtful with our existing folks, while also then on the flip side, on the social media side, how can we attract more of the right people? Is it certain videos? Is it certain events? We're doing a good bit of events now. In Little Silver, we're doing this big project to build out the other building, the recovery area. So it's lawyers, architects, blah, blah, blah. It takes a little bit of time, but more of it is working on it. One of the things I'm actually doing now, I am reaching out basically to every member who's willing to give me the time of day and be like, yo, dude, let's go grab coffee. I read a book by Greg Harden, and he talks about this concept of 100% effort 100% of the time. Like, what would that look like? Could you imagine we worked 100%, 100% of the time? And then I kind of spun it in my own way. I said 100% in the gym and then 100% out of the gym. I think it's great that we're creating this environment where Mateo, John, Melissa, Sam, whomever can train hard. Maybe they sign up for a race, they make some friends, and they have a home away from home to exercise and meet people. But there's also 100% life that I think everyone has inside of them. And fitness and community can be such a good catalyst for that. So now my idea is, how do we give people the platform, the opportunity, the resources, the perspective to be better outside of the gym too? And so for me, it's podcasts, it's books, it's travel, it's meeting new people, it's doing stuff like this. So one of the things that I've been doing is literally meeting with every member. I mean, it's going to take me a while, but for an hour, we'll go get coffee and like, we'll catch up just as friends, because I'm fortunate I know all of them as well. And I'll say, listen, man, like, you don't even have to give me an answer, but I just want you to know that if you need anything, man, let me know. Like, the community of people that we have, A, is awesome in the gym, but is also doing some really cool stuff out of the gym. We have folks who are jumping on a phone call, coming in for a tour, paying $200 a month. Many of them are entrepreneurs. Many of them are high level in whatever company they're at. Many of them are just rock star people. If John is ever like, yo, dude, I would love so-and-so for a podcast guest, like, we're probably one person away from that person, right? Like, and if I know, I could maybe help. So long-winded answer, working on it, continuing just to invest in both the facilities physically and then the people inside the communities with them, and just trying to create as many resources as we can for them to be epic in and out of the gym.
So how are you going to, or maybe that's not the plan, but what are the plans for growth? Because I do think a lot of the success is because of you and vibes, quite honestly. And I don't know how, I guess I'm curious, how do you plan on replicating that if you are going to open more, or even just with the two by themselves? Like, how
Sam too. They're like both in the community.
Yeah,
you know, it seems
right.
like you guys are community staples. You're like the local ice cream shop.
Exactly.
You know,
so
there's just
I don't
good
know.
memories there.
I'm thinking a lot about like my time managing and operating a gym. Like in New York, I do think I didn't know what I was doing, but I got away with a lot of stuff and was able to sustain it because of the community piece and this kind of figurehead idea you're talking about, and just going up to everyone, being like, hey, if you need anything, let me know. Everyone had my cell phone number as well. You're not gonna be able to do that if there's 5 of these. So I guess, how are you going to grow?
So I think real quick, before that one, I'm a huge fan. I think you guys know, I mean, Alex Hormozy talks about it, scaling the unscalable. And like, to your point, dude, like, there's no fucking way I can do this with 4 gyms, 5 gyms, whatever. It's like, this is not sustainable. But for right now, I'm able to create the life where I can invest the time into it, which I love and has a positive ROI for everyone. So I love doing that. And I love doing the unscalable things at certain chapters of a business. I think there's chapters to life, there's chapters to a business. And in this chapter, I love this. It makes a lot of sense. It's a huge win for everyone. As far as growth, man, it's funny. I feel very fortunate that we're all on the same page of, I don't have like a, dude, by the time I'm 30, I want 5 gyms. By this time, I want this top line, blah, blah, blah. It's more of a mission led, to the extent that we can ethically, responsibly, always clean, never crowded, 24/7. Provide this experience where people like Melissa, Chris, etc., John Mateo, whomever, can come in, feel at home, have a place to train, and meet others that positively impact their lives, to go run a half marathon, to be a better dad, to meet someone new that introduces someone to them that can help them advance in their career. Long-winded answer of, the most important thing is the quality of the experience. And I absolutely think there's a way. I mean, I know there's a way to replicate it. To your point now, it's really Kieran intensive. But I'm at a point in my career where I'm having so much fun with it. I wouldn't want it any other way. And there is absolutely a way where you can find the Kieran for a location, right? Kieran can live here. And then there's also Mateo, who runs Garage Gym Morristown, and he's the guy. He's got everyone's cell phone number. Me. Dude, come on, man. It's not as nice as Florida, but they've got some cool stuff over there. Who is the community figure, who is the guy or the girl who is doing the handwritten mail, running the events, et cetera, et cetera. So it's funny, one of the ways that we've talked about it is almost like this Chick-fil-A concept of owner-operator locations, where you have the Kieran, the Mateo, the John, who maybe it's an equity deal, maybe they are a personal trainer in that area, they have a rock star resume, they have a huge book of business, and you say, hey, dude, you're smashing it, you're killing it, but maybe you're also losing a lot of money to the house, you're doing whatever. We'll build you the gym of your dreams. You don't give us any money, turn your whole book of business out of there, but then you also do tours, do phone calls, be the guy, be the girl. In concept, it sounds like a great idea. We haven't done it yet, but that would be a way that we'd approach it down the road. But for the time being, man, I think we still have so much to do with what we currently have. Even with Westfield at capacity and Little Silver getting there, there's still so much room for us to create this world-class experience that doesn't really want me to open another one yet because we still have so much to do here.
And so our audience is typically gym owners, but there are people who learn the game. And so you didn't start the garage gym, right? You were a member of Sam's original gym, right? Or what was it? What was it called before the garage?
So it was Alpha Performance Studio that then basically turned into Alpha Fit Club that Sam talked about. And then when that basically concept moved, it was this 4 walls with 2 garage gym door or 2. I literally can't say garage door without saying garage gym with 2 garage doors. That was called the garage. It was friends and family. You literally paid $100 a month and you had the code to the punch key door and you walked in. I found my way to that gym.
So how did you go from being a member to being an owner? What was that journey like?
Dude, that's a fun story. So when I was I graduated from Rutgers and I moved to Raleigh, North Carolina in 2019. My uncle is also a partner of Alpha Fit Club with Sam, so they know each other very well. I'm training at the wazoo. My watch tells me I'm dead every day. Like, I'm doing a ton of work. And when I moved back, my uncle's like, yo, dude, like, you should come check out this gym. It's called The Garage. And at this point in my life, I am like a monk. I don't think I have social media. I'm living at home. I'm making 45 grand a year in software sales. I don't want to spend money. I just want to save money. And all I want to do is work out, but I don't want to pay a lot of money for it. And I'm like, I was like, how much is it? He's like, I think it's $300. I'm like, $300, bro? What the hell? And I remember talking to my mom about it and being like, dude, I live at home. Like, I have 0 expenses, basically. I was like, give it a go. Like, at least start to explore it. So through Jerry, I connected with Sam. And Sam was like, yo, dude, come on by. Like, we'll come for a tour. Went for the tour. I was like, dude, for you, $100 a month, which is just what it was. $100 a month, key code access coming. I'm like, fuck. I was like, I don't know if you guys, like, teed that up over there. Like, tell them it's 3 coming in as 1, but, like, it worked. And it was just this epic little space with a ton of awesome people. And I was training like 3 times a day. I was working, but like it was kind of a joke. I think it was COVID. It was COVID. And all I was doing was working out. At some point, me and Sam crossed paths. We became workout buddies. We became training buddies. And one day I'm stretching in the basement of my house. And I get a text from Sam. He goes, yo, I have an idea. And I literally, you can like draw in like iMessage. I just like sent him my signature. I'm like, dude, I'm in. Like, I don't even know what you're talking about, but I'm in. I got free time. All I do is work out, like whatever you want. So he goes 50-50 on the garage. I'm so busy with Alpha Fit Club. Like, I can't invest the proper time into it. No buy-in. Just come help me with it. So I'm like, dude, fuck off, man. Like, no buy-in. Like, yeah, I appreciate it. It speaks volumes about Sam. But I was like, I'm not going to take half of your child for no dollars. Like, let's figure something out. We go get coffee. He's like, all right, man. Like, value of the equipment is called $100,000. If you want 10%, if you want 20, do the math. But like, I don't want to give up more than 50. At this point in time, I'm working in software sales. I make 45 grand a year. Every quarter, I get like $5,000 in commission, and I just like sit on all of it. I think I have $52,000 to my name. And Sam was like, 50-50? I'm not going to. I'm like, dude, 50 sounds way better than fucking 30. I was like, 50, 70. I'm like, all right, dude, 50-50, I'll buy in $50,000. And I'm like, do you want this in like a bag? Like, am I going to buy a bag with this 50 and give it to you? But like, I'm not going to, like, I have no money now. So like, he said, dude, you're going to wire it to me. And like, from there, it was like, LLC
You didn't even know how to
operating.
send him the money.
Nothing.
Hey,
man.
that's real. I didn't know how to do that either when I bought into
Straight up.
John's first one. Yeah.
And
third one.
literally, I didn't know how many members we had. I didn't know if the business was even like making money. I didn't know what rent cost. I just loved it, man. I wanted to be a part of it. And so $50,000, sent it over to Sam. Now we're partners. And that's the long-winded answer. And then we grew from there, and we're here today.
So basically, you just created the opportunity from being there, grinding, just being a personality, hanging out with him. I'm guessing
being a good dude in the gym world, man.
Yeah. Just dudes being dudes in the gym world.
Dudes being dudes. That's how you get that equity. You just need dudes being dudes, and Sam cutting you that Jersey brother deal, you know, that Northeast hospitality. That's epic. Yeah. And so had you had any experience like operating gyms before, or was it just, you know, he just knew you were going to be that guy?
I graduated with a degree in supply chain management. I worked at a huge chemical company for a while. By the time that I bought into the garage, I was working in software sales, and I just like to work out and race. So I'm not a personal trainer. I have no background in anything that's not some textbook in Rutgers. I was like, dude, like, I'll figure it out. Can't be that hard.
Dude, this is the greatest story I've ever heard in my life. You're my hero. Gym World All-Star.
Are you just going to go? You're just going to go start working out at the garage? Just wait
I'm ready
for
to give
something
Kieran
good to
my
happen?
$50,000. That's what I'm ready to do.
I think you have to work out. I think you're on that one
Yeah,
hour.
you gotta
out.
be there for a while.
I work out. But yeah, I got to go 3 times a day. That's the
I'm just saying, let's sign it. Let's sign you up for that 100-mile race right now.
Dude, I'll do it with you.
I will break every tendon in my lower body, I think.
What's your next race, Kieran? What do you got after, now that you've run to the Keys? What do you do next?
So the main goal is run Badwater. Have you guys heard of Badwater 135?
Yeah, but explain it to the folks
So Badwater 135, good point. Badwater 135
who
is
don't have a mental illness.
people who are good. It's a 135-mile run or foot race through Death Valley, California in like the middle of summer. And I think you have 48 hours to do it, I want to say. There's some cutoff, but it's 135 miles. It's super hot. It's very hilly. You basically climb, I think, from the lowest point in the U.S., the top of Mount Whitney, so it's not flat.
Wait, you do Mount Whitney in the race?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
You have to train just for Mount Whitney. That's insane.
And then so it's legit. It's a really hard race.
That is really crazy.
And I really want to do it, and I have to apply to get in. So I was, I knew I had always wanted to do it. I've done a good bit of ultra running over the past couple of years. And my buddy Henry, who just crewed me down in Keys, I told him that I wanted to do it by the time that I'm 30. And so I'm 27 now. And at the beginning of this year, I think, he's like, dude, like, you're not getting any younger, man. Like, if you want to do this by the time you're 30, like, there's no guarantee that you even get in the first try. Like, you could wait a year, you could wait 2 years, you don't know. I'm like, fuck, you're right. So I just started signing up for all these races again. So I did one in March. I just did this one. I'll do another 24-hour run in August. I might do another 100 at the end of the year, and then I gotta apply in January and hopefully get in. But that's the main goal.
There you go. So Taylor, you should do that 24-hour one with him. We'll be your support. We'll be your,
dude, come on down. Well,
I'm a great van driver, so I'll be the support van.
Van driver and like a dude being a dude. That's all we need.
Just dudes being dudes.
Oh, Taylor's your dude being the dude. I'm the driver.
Yeah.
Don't mix the roles up.
He's a dude.
Taylor's the dude being the dude.
Yeah.
I am the driver, and I'm gonna take that job seriously.
Noted.
Well, this has been good. We're running up on the hour.
Yeah,
we gotta end it right there.
Perfect.
Kieran, man, where do people go if they want to find out more about you in the garage?
Me, my Instagram is Kieran.garage. The.garage gym on Instagram as well. It's really the two main platforms. I love LinkedIn, funny enough. Kieran Williams, the garage gym, one of the same. And reach out, say what's up.
And that's what's up, Gym World. If you got some value out of this, it is not free to go find guys like Kieran, guys who have exclusive membership gym businesses where they're just making money, being a dude around other dudes. You know, it's hard to do that. It's hard to pull it off. And he's here sharing his secrets with you. And, if you got some value out of it, it's not free. You got to like, you got to subscribe, and you got to leave a comment, because that's how we know that you love us. And if you really love us, you buy Kilo too.
Yeah, I was about to say the better thing to do is just buy Kilo. You should do any of that.
Because Kilo's daddy pays for all this. Kilo's our rich dad, and so if we're going to continue
Kalita
our
is our
Phil
rich
Son
dad.
hobbies, Yeah. If we're going to continue with these fail son hobbies, you got to buy Kilo. You got to support dad. And that's it for this week. You're enough, Gym World. We love you. And talk to you soon. Bye.